Members of the media, we are joined now by West Virginia basketball coach Bob Huggins. Please use the raised hand feature to ask Coach Huggins a question. And Coach, we'll start with Greg Hunter.
So, Bob, just start with the basics in terms of what do you see out of Arkansas, keys for you guys tomorrow when you play them?
Well, they're very talented, very athletic. I've known their coach. I've known the family forever and ever. I knew Coach's dad very, very well. He used to work my dad's camp. So basketball family, been around basketball his whole life and does a terrific job with them.
Coach, our next question comes from Bob Holt of the Arkansas Gazette-Democrat.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, I'm sold. I covered your Cincinnati games when you guys played the Hogs back in the 90s, but good to see you. Gabe Osaboyan played here. And then I guess Eric, dismissed him, but I think he helped him get on with you there at West Virginia. Just wonder how Gabe's played for you the last 3 seasons. And this season, I saw he had 17 the other night.
Yeah, that shocked me too. No, Gabe's been great. He really has. He's played with a lot of energy. He's, I think for the first few years he was here, he was primarily a defensive guy that we put in situations that he could really change the game for us. He's really worked hard on his offense. And he's actually, I think he was 6 for 7 or 7 for 8, something like that from the free throw line the other day. Before that, we were happy when he hit the rim. But yeah, the coaching staff at Arkansas really helped Gabe to get eligible and not have to sit a year or anything like that. They were terrific.
And then I know it was a long time ago, but you brought Cincinnati in here and beat Arkansas pretty good back in the summer of '95. Bill Clinton was here. I think you made a joke about the metal detectors and things, and just wonder what you remember about that experience.
That wasn't a joke. That guy threw my underwear all over the floor.
Okay.
And then told me to pick it up. I was offended.
So the underwear was in your bag or something, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was leaving there to go recruit in Kansas, to go see Reuben Patterson. And so I just had an overnight deal in there. And I understand they got to check it. It's the President of the United States. They don't have to throw it on the floor. And when I said that to him, you should have seen the look on his face. Yeah.
What kind of look did he have?
The president? He was shocked.
Oh, I thought you said you meant the security guy.
No. President. President came in the locker room. I don't know what to say to the President of the United States. He came over and said hello and how you doing? I said, well, honestly, I'd be doing a lot better if one of your security guys had just, hadn't thrown my underwear on the floor. I understand they got to check the bag and everything. I got all that. Didn't throw it on the floor and not pick it up. I didn't appreciate it.
Well, I hope you apologize.
He said he'd look into it.
Okay. I might have a couple more, but I'll turn it back to your moderator. Thank you.
Thanks, Bob. I apologize. It's the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. I had the Gazette and Democrat mixed up, so my apologies. We'll go back to Greg Hunter.
I don't know how to follow up with those kind of stories, but back to just basic questions. Obviously, you weren't very happy after the loss the other day. And talking about personnel, are you going to make any personnel changes, lineup changes tomorrow night?
Honestly, I haven't thought about that. I haven't thought about lineup changes or any of that kind of thing. We didn't really practice yesterday. We sat and watched game film. We talked about where we were, why we were, where we were. I went out on the floor and walked through some things. But we didn't do anything yesterday, basketball wise, other than look at film. And it was more of a mental day, which I needed.
Is that good for both you and players sometimes, not to step away from the game, but just to sit back and talk?
I can't speak for them, but it was good for me.
Bob Hertzel.
Let me see if I got this right, Bob. The President of the United States said he'd look into your underwear.
No, he didn't say he was looking at my underwear. He said he would look into the incident of the guy tossing it all over the floor. You know what's funny, Bob, is when Senator Manchin was here in Morgantown and was running, and he brought at that time the ex-president in, former President Clinton came in, and so Joe said, go down there in the tent. So I was standing down there in the tent. I don't know what I'm doing. And he wanted me to say a few words on his behalf. And so I'm standing down there, and the guy comes over and says, why don't you go? The tent was divided off. He said, why don't you go in the back? All right. So I walked back there, and former President Clinton's back there. And we had a chuckle over the incident, as it's now known as.
Any other presidents that you have come across in your day and been frisked to go see or whatever?
Not that I can recall.
They'd recall it if you did. I know that.
Well, at least none of its security guys have tossed my underwear all over the floor. So.
Thanks.
Questions for Coach Huggins on the upcoming Arkansas game. Please use the raised hand feature. We will go to Ryan Pritt.
Hey, Bob, this is a team here that lost, I think, 5 out of 6 a few weeks ago, and since have won 5 in a row, I believe. You notice any differences in them between this stretch and that stretch? And what sticks out most to you about this recent streak that they're on?
Well, I've just watched the recent streak. I didn't watch the other streak. They're playing really well together. I think they're playing really well together. I think they're defensively, they're doing a really good job, particularly guarding pick and roll. I think that's in college basketball today. I think defensively, I think that's what most teams are spending a lot of time doing, is trying to shore up their pick and roll defense. But no, other than that, I mean, I watch what they do. You know, I don't really pay attention to what their psyche is like. I can't figure out ours, so why would I worry about somebody else's?
Greg Carey.
I'm just curious, since Big 12 play began, how teams have defended not only Taz, but Sean. I know Jalen was saying the other night that, you know, a lot of ball denial has made it kind of tough to get them the ball, and what you guys can kind of do to maybe combat that or try to get them some easier looks.
There's a lot of things we can do, but, you know, they've got to be a willing participant, which I don't know if they knew how before. And so we've talked about it. We haven't worked on it. I mean, we haven't done anything really with the ball since the Oklahoma game. So we're really only going to have one day of practice before Arkansas.
Justin Jackson.
Hey, Coach, as Mr. Holt there said earlier, Gabe, when he transferred, I believe he was probably your first official, dipping the toe into the transfer portal kind of guy.
There wasn't a portal there, Justin. There was.
I thought he was a portal.
You and that damn portal. No, there wasn't a portal then. He just transferred.
Okay, no, my apologies. I thought he was a portal guy. I'm sorry.
No, he wasn't a portal guy.
You did kind of mention the portal a little bit yesterday, though. No, not yesterday, the other day. And
Thanks to you and Tony, yeah, about an hour and a half on the radio.
just, is there any way to, I mean, I'm guessing your thoughts really haven't changed as much on the portal over the years. I mean, it is kind of what it is. Do you think that the portal though kind of brings unrealistic expectations sometimes though, with new guys coming in, getting fresh starts, kind of thing?
Well, let me clarify this first of all. First of all, Gabe was brought to us by his AAU coach in Canada. And I had known Roe for a long, long time. Larry had known Roe for a long, long time, his AAU coach. And he came in and he vouched for Gabe and his character and countless other things, his basketball abilities and what he could bring to the table and so forth and so on, in which, after you sit down and talk to Gabe, you really don't need anybody vouching for him. But, that is so different from what the portal is today.
Right.
And that's what I grew up in coaching. If we had a transfer, that's pretty much what it was. It was a high school coach or an AAU coach bringing those people to us. We weren't out there trying to recruit them.
Right.
I mean, as you're aware, I mean, I spent my high school days, or junior high days in Ohio with my dad coaching there. So I knew everybody. And so when I got my head coaching job, there were a lot of people that I had a relationship with through my father, through the camp, through everything. So I got a lot of calls about, hey, this guy's not happy here, or this guy, he's not just fitting in. He's not going to play there. Guys at higher levels. The reason I had all the success that I had at Walsh wasn't my coaching.
Right.
It was that I got really good Division II players. I got Division I players. I got the leading scorer at a couple very good mid-major schools, and they were the leading scorer there. They just coaching change, whatever, but I had a relationship with them, so that is so far removed from what's going on with the portal today. I wasn't getting complete strangers. I was getting kids that I had in camp, or I knew their coaches extremely well. Totally different deal.
Sure.
Next question goes to Greg Hunter.
Bob, SEC Big 12 Challenge. I mean, it's been around about as long as you guys have been in the league, but your thoughts about it? Do you like where it is in the schedule? I think from memory you don't, but it is where it is. So just give me your thoughts of this challenge.
Well, we play tomorrow, and right, we play tomorrow, and then we don't play again until Saturday. Monday, that's right. Well, yeah, we're Saturday, Monday, so we're going from playing this to playing whatever they are, the number 2 ranked, 3 ranked, whatever they are, team in the country with 1 day's prep. That's hard. And then we go another 4 days or whatever until we play again, 5 days, whatever it is. I just think they could do a better job of spacing it out, and not so much for the coaches, but for the players. That's a lot of games and a lot of travel in a very short period of time.
Questions for Coach Huggins? Please use the raise hand feature. Bob Holt, did you have a follow-up, sir? Bob,
think-
Bob,
think-
you're on mute.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, no,
There
I
you
don't
go.
know how much film you got in the study on Arkansas. You have, JD Note, #1, their point guard. He's leading the SEC in scoring and steals, and #10, Jalen Williams, their big kid's really been playing well. Just wondered if you have any thoughts on either of those guys.
They're both very good. Yeah, we started watching film of them yesterday, and they're very good. They're very good to pick and roll. They don't need a pick and roll, really. They can score the ball. They're very talented individuals.
And then you guys have lost 4 in a row, which I'm sure has not happened to you very often. But looking at who you've lost to, a lot of teams would lose to those teams, I think. Just how do you think you guys have played in this stretch? And I know Arkansas is expecting you guys to come in, with a real sense of urgency and backs against the wall and all that, kind of be a huge road win if you could get it. Just what's the mindset of you and the team coming here, do you think?
Well, I think you're right about the first 3. We played our last game. We were probably as bad as we've been in arguably maybe 7 years. I mean, we were horrible. I mean, we weren't just bad, we were horrible. And, our guys realized that. I mean, obviously you want to get back in good standing, so to speak. But we've got a lot of respect for Arkansas. Obviously, it's a short turn, particularly a short turn when you've lost 4 in a row. And you're right. I mean, the first 3 teams we played were all ranked teams. The first 3 teams we lost to were all ranked teams. We were in 2 of the 3 games, went right down to the end. So, we're obviously we're looking to play better and get the bad taste out of our mouths. But I probably would have picked somebody else,
Well, they're Arkansas is playing pretty well right now. It looks like, they've held their last 5 opponents to like a combined 35% shooting. Defense has really carried them in this stretch. What are you seeing from them defensively?
Well, they're really athletic. That they can make plays that the normal human being can't make because they're so athletic. And I think what you said about the big kid, I mean, he's been terrific. He's really solidified their pick and roll defense. And when you can have a big there that can stay in front of guards and change shots and do all the change shots at the rim, all the things that he does, that's a great weapon to have defensively.
And one more, if I could, what do you remember about the crowd in '95? I know it's a long time ago. You played a lot of arenas, but you remember being a pretty raucous atmosphere. And what are you expecting? Eric's really, pushing to get everybody. They've sold all the tickets, but he wants all the people in the seats too. What are you expecting from their atmosphere?
Well, if I remember correctly, they were very loud and very raucous, I guess is the word. Early.
Yeah.
As the game went on, they got quieter and quieter.
Yeah, you guys kind of turn the volume down on them. And then do you get a sense this game means a little extra to Gabe, because he's coming back to a place where he played for a couple of years. Of course, he played high school ball in Little Rock there his last year, I guess.
Gabe loves to play the game. And I'm sure it means something to him and probably a little more, but Gabe plays with great enthusiasm all the time. He's not one of those guys who is all excited one day and then the dumps the next. I mean, he has a pretty constant demeanor, and he's grown up a lot. We all are a little, what's the right word to say? I want to say dumber. That's a bad word. But when we're younger, we have a tendency to make mistakes that obviously you're certainly not going to make as you grow older. and Gabe has really grown up. Not that he had a problem before, but he has really grown up into a man. Gabe's a man, and he is without question the leader and the heart and soul of our basketball team.
And I checked with UA. I don't think Bill Clinton's going to be at the game, so hopefully there won't be any security issues.
Well, I don't think so either, in that he hadn't been president for quite a while. So I saw him here in Morgantown a while ago. So he seems seemingly doing well. Lost a lot of weight. Looks good.
Yeah, I think he's eating, and I don't think he's eating at McDonald's as much. I sure appreciate your time. I hope you guys have a good trip in. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any other further questions for Coach Huggins? Coach, that looks like that will take care of us for today. Please
Thank you,
have a-
Michael.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, members of the media.